Alright. Looks like everything is working. Cool. Alright, let's go ahead and start working. Today, I have been working on some Monster Hunter Rise fan art. My decision to do so came about from a suggestion from a friend that it's probably better learning how to draw, especially digital art, to do fan art because you get to learn how to do details. As far as one of the hardest things to pick up mentally if you do not have any references. So, using fan art to essentially be my way of learning how to do clothes, kind of on the fly, since none of my lessons kind of touched on clothes. It's something that, a lot of my clothes and my drawings are very stiff. So, using some of the clothing that can come from the reference material could possibly help me with learning how to understand how clothing works and really working on some details. Obviously, there's some patterns on some stuff that I don't know how to do. So that's just something that we're gonna have to learn as we go. So I have picked up this, and pardon for being a little tired today. Coffee's not really so much being of help today, and yeah, this week has been a mighty tough week. So, with that, we're just gonna continue. I got down the skeleton that I want to work with. I had gone back with my lessons and kind of picked up some tips on how to draw the body a little bit better. I still, learning, but that's okay. So now that we have the, and I'm still messing around with my setup. Every day it's a completely different setup. So this is pretty much our sketch of our body. Now we are going to start working on the clothing part of the sketch. What is that black box? Hello? Oh, I think I know what it was. Alright. So I pulled up my reference picture. The thing in her hair is going to be a nightmare to draw for me, just because I've never really seen something like that before, and I'm not entirely sure what it looks like on the side, so I may have to get a bit of reference. Okay, so what is her clothes doing? She has like a shawl thing. Okay. Okay. So first off is like her breastplate thing. Let me make sure I'm on the right brush. Oh, I'm like, why does it still look black? I know I'm colorblind, but this should look blue. I forgot to change the value. I changed the hue, but I did not change the value, so it was and some of this is going to be guesswork on how her clothing is actually working, because I only have the reference to go off of. So that pretty much covers the ribcage portion. I don't know if that should be a little bit more like that. So yeah, I don't have a lot of experience with clothing. And it is something to my hindrance. But just gotta work at it, I guess. It also helps with perspective as well. It's like right here, I'm it's a little hard to understand exactly how much of a curve this part goes. And I'm doing the thing again where I'm pressing really hard on my pad. So I got some circle thing here, and it goes into like this sash thing. It's a lot thicker. I need to break the habit of putting everything right up against the skin. Let me see how this is gonna work. As you know me, I need to do a dynamic pose as well because I hate myself. Okay, so this part is actually still covered by the sash. Comes all the way down to like a right before the pants. Okay. Let's actually work up from the bottom up. I need to increase the size of my eraser. That's driving me crazy. That is one thing I need to figure out. Is let's go wide. Then we can kind of go at whatever size we want. Okay. So this comes in the middle like this and is tied together. So all this be wrapping around. It's kind of just how to make that ever so sharper. Oh, it actually shows the edge. kind of bending as the clothing would. Even though it's hard leather, it does bend a little bit. Or at least how I would kind of see it working. Okay, I think it kind of stops right here for this piece. Kind of like a belt. Oops. Go ahead and put a middle marker. And realize that I'm off center for here. Bigger. The angle needs to be fixed on this one. Let's go ahead and fix that middle line just a little bit. A little bit off. If that's going to be my reference point. I'm leaving that reference point there for if I ever decide to. I realized that did I put it against the skin here? Either way, let's go ahead and bring it up. Make it a little bit thicker here. See, I've already messed up. Oh, that's what practice is for, right? That bottom part pretty much is non-existent. The circle is right underneath the breasts. Let's try to make that a little bit of perspective. Circle, flatten out the side just gently enough to give a perspective that it is tilted a little bit. And then that comes underneath the breasts, like so. Oh, this part is the thick part. Let's bring it out really far, and we can kind of play with whatever size we want. Oops, I forgot my eraser was ginormous there. Still pretty ginormous. Alright. Oh, we got that done. Let's go ahead and, oh, okay, so almost missed this detail. Essentially, there is a sash. Comes up and over the neck. I think that is part of a, like the wrapping. Then I did it, that. You'll see me go over line after line, even though like it's already drawn, and that's really only for my own eyes, as my color blindness kind of gets the better of me. So let's go ahead. Kind of get that center line working for us. Kind of wanted to taper in a lot more. Sometimes my eyes, hey cutie, how's my day going? I am super tired, but I am glad you were here. I am exhausted from the week, and yeah, it is I feel like I'm in a daze right now. Like I'm a lot more quieter than I normally am, even though, you know, the people on the other side of my wall, they get mad if I get too loud. But with me being so tired, I don't think they have anything to worry about that today. Hope you are doing fantastic though. It is Friday after all, and most people get to not have to go to work. I unfortunately do. But to those that get the break, it's Friday. I remember back when I had a job that didn't have me working on Saturdays. It's nice. But I was able to get some lessons, kind of go back and watch some of my drawing lessons, and really starting to like, because now would be my second time through the lessons. So uh, now that I've learned some stuff, like kind of seeing what I've been able to use and what I have kind of forgotten is kind of nice. I'm excited to continue to learn how to draw, upping my skills as much as possible. And I've already noticed that I've messed up again. That's fine. That's what practice is for. I really don't expect much progress today, but today is practice. Practice, practice, practice. Oh yeah. that that's the whole thing, you know. When you're tired and you don't want to do something, that's the best time to force yourself to do it, because then you start training yourself to be able to do it when it's easy. At least that's how I've always seen it. That has always been my way of counteracting my laziness. Back when I used to work out a lot, my my training buddies used to find it weird that I used to motivate myself saying I don't want to be here. Every time I did a rep, I would say I don't want to be here. It's just my own way of training myself. I'm weird like that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But as long as I have a goal, then I can, manage to. That's why this stream, like, I'm super tired, so like my creativity is like shot through the roof, or not shot through the roof, but like kind of shot. And that's why I decided to do some fan art and really focus on my observational skills for looking at my reference and putting it on the canvas. Okay. I may not be as talkative as per my tiredness, but I will continue to try to at least commentate on my thought process. Okay, so this is much larger than I anticipated to begin with, so it tapers pretty quickly. It's a hard taper. Also, I know I'm like not the best, um, I'm not the most consistent streamer, but I do want to be an inspiration to people out there, so I at least want to get in some progress. To be that inspiration. I'm not a very good motivational speaker, but I've always motivated people with my actions, so that's kind of like my contribution. I don't know if anyone's really, I have such a small viewer count, it's, it may not seem like I'm impacting someone, but even if I can reach one person, it's worth it. It's worth pushing through the tiredness. Now I do have to be careful because sleepy practice can actually be detrimental. Because if you practice something wrong, you will kind of solidify that into your mind. So I do have to be careful, but yes. Okay. So this needs to come up just a little bit more. Everyone always says practice makes perfect. That is a lie. Good practice makes you better. But if you practice something wrong, then you will continuously do it wrong for the rest of your life. And yes, Cutie, I have been there myself. I am very easily depressed, uh, thanks to it kind of running in my family. And there have been times when, I have been so depressed that I literally could not do anything, no matter how much I pushed myself to, and no matter how hard I trained myself to. So I feel you there. Thankfully, I have been monitoring my mental health ever since it started happening to me, and I have been a lot better because I can see the signs and I can take care of myself where it needs to be. does that look? Absolutely bad because I forgot the taper. I have the hiccups today too. It's been driving me crazy. They've been on and off. Okay. This perspective is kind of hurting me, but let's see. Actually, be like this. Let me zoom out and oops. What? Why are you not zooming out? I'm hitting the Alt key, not the Control key. Of course. Yeah. Today I'm really taking it slow, really trying to get focusing myself on details and things that I kind of training my eye today. That way I can translate as much as I can onto the canvas as possible. Because it's one thing to look at something, but it's another to observe it. Now, that kind of ends halfway, a little bit beyond half. Something like that. Something is bothering me right here. Let's see if that makes it better or makes it worse. It's a little bit better. Crease. Where would it be? Right here that I hope you're doing well and hope. Oh yes. It's more bothersome nowadays. Because I have kind of have what do I want to say? I do have it under control, which is the good part. I will say that when when the first time that uh, asshole stole my work, or not stole my work, but he ran off with my money. That was a hard time, but um, you know, you just gotta keep going. Hey, Bucky, welcome. You know, a lot of people they ask me, it's like, how do you stay motivated to do stuff? It's like, well, you know, I do things for myself, not for other people. I even motivate other people for myself. Even though it helps other people, uh, it is actually a way to help me as well. Not to criticize your life. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard when I have new people coming in. They ask the same questions. So, unlike you who have been here a lot longer, you've already heard the stories because you've asked the same questions. So, um, it gets repetitive, and that's something that, comes with the territory of having new people come into chat. But I will say that my life actually is pretty not too exciting. When you dedicate yourself for so long to one thing, you only get to learn so many skills. That is the downfall of trying to specialize in something. Even the people that, like, I don't want to say I grew up with, but more a line of the people I worked with. Uh, I saw many of the same faces between multiple jobs. So, the people I really got to know were kind of the same people. It was a little ridiculous. Most of my outside of my socializing was at the gym, and at that point it's, hey, do you need someone to spot you? I'm not necessarily the most sociable person, as you could probably tell from my life stories. And, I'm not too ashamed of it. I just don't have a lot in common with people, or at least in my opinion. It's like I was never the person that like kind of strayed away from what I was doing at the time. If I was focusing on my psychology, then I surrounded myself with, you know, other people in my class. They were okay. And most of the time I don't talk about like my high school career, because I don't really count that. That was like a redo. I think in the grand scheme of things, high school should never be counted for anything, especially social life. I am. Yeah, but that's how life is. There are people who take. Yeah, yeah, that's definitely for sure. And as one of my motto goes, is you live and you learn. You know, I had to learn the hard way that when you trust people and you don't cover your ass, you'll get burned. But at the same time, like, that shouldn't stop you from pursuing your dream like it did me. Is that the right perspective? That's a little too thick. Now, I'm not gonna say here like my entire life was, you know, awful, because I did meet some good people. That's for sure. And like even here, my expectations were far reached simply by having people actually coming to here regularly. I did when I started the stream, I did not think that was gonna happen at all. Oops, that's the wrong tool. It's like, right now I'm surrounding myself with people that know how to draw. That is correct. Yes. It's extremely fun and has some great waifus. I was able to play it. Been a hot minute since I played World. I believe this uh, girl's name is Hinoa. I have to double check that. Yes, and I hope that's how you pronounce it. Also, on my Twitter, I had seen some really good fan art of her, and I was like, I kind of want to draw her. Well, her as being her and her twin. Uh, so I will actually be trying to draw her twin once I finish with her as well. Uh, the only difference is their weapon, mainly. There are small differences, but the biggest difference is their weapon. And I want to draw them in the dynamic poses of their weapon. Right now I'm just trying to sketch the clothing. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate that. Uh, it is it is a bit difficult, uh, but thankfully, through the amount of different physical training that I've done uh, throughout my life, it has impacted me to a point where I can just keep going. But it is always nice to hear people say that. Okay, ow. Shoulder pop. Ooh, these. Okay, how? Okay. I'm looking at what's going on with her shoulders, and trying to. Oof. Okay. Gotta get into the habit of not drawing things flat on the person. There's like this weird cloth thing on her shoulder. Part of it gets covered up by her shawl-like neck guard thing. So there's like a flappy part. I'm not entirely sure how that goes. Might be something like that if she has her shoulder up. And I think if I'm seeing this correctly, I don't have a back view of her or anything, so I'm really going off of one picture. um, it does look like this one is much longer. Of course, I can't make it thicker than the foreshadowed one, or the one in the foreground. Oh, it's much longer. Holy cow. Okay. I don't know if it's this long, but we're gonna do this for now. This one you would barely even see the patch. Yes. The audio loop that I play in the background of the rain is from the YouTube library. Uh, it is essentially a bunch of music background noises that, if for whatever reason I would actually get big enough to actually monetize my videos, I would not be in trouble, because those are perfectly fine to monetize. I didn't want some, you know, I wanted copyright free. I didn't want any things, because again, I didn't want someone coming in here and ruining my parade because you're breaking the rules. So, you can find pretty much any music, including my outro or intro music, um, on the YouTube free audio list. Can you use the YouTube library as a soundboard? Um, you can, no. If you mean that, if what I think you're saying is that, I don't know how to do that, if it is possible, I won't say up straight up. I won't say straight up, there we go. You can't? If you can, I don't know how. The way I'm doing it is I downloaded the files and I'm playing them through my computer through OBS. And essentially just told OBS to loop it. I don't know too much, so I can't say yes or no on that. Uh, Again, I am very new to drawing. I am very new to streaming. I am very new to YouTube in general, other than for watching videos. Yeah, you can easily loop it, so they pretty much just, from my understanding, would just loop the audio file and upload it that way. Nah. I do believe there still has to be transformidity. So I don't think they could actually uh, monetize those videos. I hope that's not like something that you can do. Just take that, loop it for an hour, and get money, because that seems cheap as hell and scummy. Okay, what am I doing here? Having a little trouble. With this flap here. This one was easy because I could kind of model it after the thing, but the reference. But this one, I don't know, working backwards. Let me cheat here. It's like right here. something like that. I imagine that it wouldn't be perfectly smooth and that there would be a fold. Don't want it longer than that one. Because technically this one is rolling over the shoulder. So a lot of the cloth is being shortened. And then they would kind of just be back here. Probably would see it end, but like right there. Alright. Gonna stretch real quick, because Krita has been doing well today, so I didn't have any mandatory stretches, so don't want to ruin my posture, so I'm gonna take like a quick break just to stretch, fix my posture. So we've been at it for an hour already. It's kind of weird to say that I've been doing something for an hour when it feels like I literally just sat down. This collar is gonna drive me crazy. Yep. That's why I gotta be careful. Normally I would love to counteract it with some workouts. Back strengthening and everything. But the whole fact that I can't go to gyms I wanna okay, I think that's correct. Make it a little bit longer. And something like this. Okay. And the creases, something like that. Okay, I think we're on the right path, but so I actually got a back brace recently. Speaking of back stuff, I got a back brace because I was scared to oh Dude, I would not hear the end of it. Um, that is for sure. My neighbors would not like me one bit. I mean, they don't like me to begin with, but yeah, jumping jacks at this hour, oof. I would get in a lot of trouble. That just seems weird. Okay, okay. I think I'm going about this the wrong way. Um, but I got a back brace to help with trying to counteract the slouching I do for drawing. And it's actually been hurting my shoulders. My back feels great. My shoulders are hurting now. I'm like, wonderful. Spend like 20 bucks on something that you're hoping is gonna work, and it's just like, oof. Okay, I think we're gonna go about this a different way. We're gonna draw the center first. Then, backwards. Alright, that is a lot better. For my own sanity, I'm gonna start erasing some of these lines. I'm the type of person that kind of like panics if there are too many lines, because I can't see through them. So, definitely doing some line maintenance is worth it for me. Okay, so first draw that collar. Who's that archer again you're drawing? Her name is Hinoa. She's from Monster Hunter Rise. She has a twin sister who uses a lance and shield. not doing something right. Now the image I'm actually using is the stock photo from literal Nintendo. Literal Nintendo. That is the reference picture I'm using. That way, I'm not using someone else's fan art to essentially duplicate or anything. So she's in a very specific pose, so trying to figure it out is kind of part of my training to uh, my I guess my mental, not mental, ocular training, I guess. Oh, of course. I you know, it's not like I have a ridiculous chat that I can't like see someone asking a question. I have been in those chats before, and I'm like, why am I even asking a question? But yeah, like I try to respond to as much as possible, even if it's a repeat thing. I do not mind. To be honest, I just like the you know, interaction between you all, even if it is a little repetitive. Like Vaki said, I've told probably some stories a good 3 or 4 times now. So it's no problem for me to repeat myself on anything as long as it helps you guys. Whether that's just helping you guys with a better experience, or if you are also going to be drawing her along with me, I would love that. Let's see. This is a really hard perspective because this piece of cloth is. We needed to be more spread for a few curveballs. Hey, I'd love that too, man. Like I said, there's only so many things that I can think about. Are they Among Us? Please don't let that be a Among Us joke, but I doubt it. I'm not one for, like, in all honesty, I would love it if aliens were Among Us, because then they would get to see how ridiculous humanity is, and just be like, hey, fellow aliens, never come here. They are not the sprightest race, But in all honesty, I highly doubt uh, aliens are at the very least in our midst. Where is her neck? Okay, that's her neck. Eh? Maybe? This part's a little too long. And we get to see how thick this piece of cloth really is. Something like that. Okay. Okay. Aliens will soon conquer this world. They will jump in on aliens. Hey man, if aliens want to conquer this world, it might do us some actual good. In my opinion. Are you familiar with the skin conspiracy? Oh, dude, I don't. I don't have time to really like look at conspiracies, but please enlighten me. I would love to be educated on the weird conspiracies that are out there. If it's too long, don't worry about it, my dude. good night, cutie. Thanks for stopping by as always, and I look forward to seeing you in the next stream. Oh, oh no, that makes it all the worse. Uh, if it's long, um, I'll uh, I'll look at it tonight when I'm trying to sleep and can't sleep. That way you don't have to type it out. Cause I wouldn't mind like looking at it for like the laughs and everything, but it's very hard to sell me on a conspiracy. I don't know what I was doing with that. Yeah, I'll probably be only be on for about like 10 more minutes myself. I can feel the sleep hitting me though, or at least the tired eyes of staring at a screen. Okay. I know these are probably like traditional Japanese pants, but they remind me of like the cowboy chaps. They're super baggy. Cowboys exist in Japan? That's. I mean, obviously they know of cowboys and like some cowboy culture has made its way there, but I don't think they have like what, you know, we would call down here cowboys. I I don't know. Now, I did go to a state here in the United States who thought where I lived were nothing but cowboys and that we didn't have cars and only rode horses. So I have no idea what the east side of the world thinks about us and cowboys. I'm doing it again. I'm making my clothing so straight. I need to put some life into these clothing. I just go straight to the what is the simplest what is the simplest form to draw to represent clothing? Start drawing here. It's a little bit better, although should probably match up. I don't even know what to call this. The crotch hole? And then this clothing inside here is pretty skin tight. Too big there. Yeah, you're right. big ol' hole. I don't think you would see the hole on that side. Hole on this side as well. Oh, and then there's like little bows. Draw a little bow there. You wouldn't see it on that side. And I think that's good for today. My eyes are tired. But it was a lot of fun. Oh, that was a big yawn. Let's go ahead and save it. I'm probably not going to post this one until I get farther into the progress. What am I doing? Saving. Oh boy. Well, Vucky, I think it's just you and me in here, so have a great night yourself, my dude. And I will hopefully see you next stream. Have a great night. And because I suck at outros, I'm just going to end it here.